look at the stats. They have ridden Bubba Johnson all year long, and one of the reasons why these Johnson Jaguars are just one possession away from running the table so far this season.
His big brother, you might remember King Johnson, a couple of years ago at Johnson. He's Kingsville now, playing for Texas A&M. Kingsville down there. When we come back, it's our keys to the game of Clark and Johnson on Thursday Night Lights. Welcome back to Comalander Stadium for tonight's final game of Thursday Night Lights. It's Clark and Johnson. Right now, it is time for our Gomez Law Firm keys to the game. And Chuck, let's start off with those Clark Cougars.
Don, every time we talk to J.L. Geist before we do one of his ball games, he gives you 20 keys to the game. So we're going to try to compartmentalize these things. We love talking to J.L. Good share. First of all, though, they want to tighten up this game as much as possible and run clock. First and foremost, though, they want to contain the Johnson running game, which we've already spoken a lot about, average 4.5 yards per pop, and then they want to be able to protect their quarterback when they drop back and throw it.
Here's J.L. Geist.
Every week we talk about it being about us and how we play. Don't focus on who we're playing. We know that week in, week out in our district, it's going to be a tough opponent. In fact, every week we talk about, hey, this is a big game because it's a district game, not because it has playoff implications or anything like that. So that's the approach we always take is, don't worry about what the end result's going to be. Don't look too far ahead. Don't look back. Be in the moment. Focus on now.
As for the Johnson Jaguars, TP Miller.
Yeah, Don, this is another team that likes to run the football, right? So we got two running squads, and so they want to make sure that they're able to do that effectively, and they've done it so far this year each and every time out. Then they want to be able to stop the run, of course, but also get off the field. The last thing they want is for the Cougs to be controlling this clock.
Here's head coach TP Miller.
Here at Johnson High School, we believe of going into games and playing the game that we love to play and dominating and to win the game. Just because we already clinched playoffs or clinched a district championship, that doesn't mean anything to us. In regards to Thursday night, it's another football game, another opportunity to get better, another opportunity to go out there and compete and propel ourselves into the next step.
All right, when we come back, it's our national anthem. We're closing in on kickoff here from Comalander Stadium on Taco Cabana, Thursday Night Lights.
It's hands up to our heroes. And heading to the field, Clark Cougars.
Welcome back, Comalander Stadium. As you can see, the color guard already on the field. It is time for our national anthem here coming up shortly. The Cougars just ran onto the field, and I believe we are ready to go here. So let's turn it over to our public address announcer for tonight's presentation of the colors and the singing of our national anthem.
Please rise. As I direct your attention to the south end where our state national colors are entering the field. This evening, our color guard is from Johnson Jr. ROTC, under the guidance of Sergeant Major Richard Simon. Tonight's escort guard with the Texas flag is Cadet Captain Jay Hill. Carrying the Texas flag, Cadet Sergeant Major Ariana Dunkelberger. Watching guard over our national colors is Cadet Sergeant Jacob Tala. And the honor of carrying the national colors is Cadet Sergeant First Class Benjamin Kerman. Please remain standing and remove your hats. As Johnson High School soloist junior Sabrina Hacker and Miss Zachary's Honors American Sign Language students and the ASL Club Manager Morgan Holmes pay tribute to this great nation and our men and women in uniform throughout the world with the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave high proofs through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Coverage of tonight's national anthem is sponsored by the Vietnam Army Grunt Museum.
And tonight's game is also being broadcast on the Texas Sports Development and GG free of charge globally around the globe.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Taco Cabana, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, Centro Med, Enroll SA, San Antonio Sports, Valero, San Antonio Zoo, Christus Children's, ACNowSA.com, Rhino Roofers, San Antonio Ready to Work, Moonlight Ballroom, Air and Plumbing Today, Living Way Church, San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, Premier Pros, IBEW, Vietnam Army Grunt Museum, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
Welcome back. It is time for tonight's kickoff, our first half kickoff, brought to you by Rhino Roofers. And we are underway. Not going to kick it deep at all because of those electric returners on the Johnson side. So Johnson's going to have fantastic field position to start. Yeah, right about the 45-yard line.
Clark tried to catch him napping there to start the ball game, do a little onside kick action, but good hop there and good recovery, and Johnson in business early.
All right, we'll see Elvis Estrada, the sophomore quarterback that we talked about off the top. He replaced Ty Hawkins, who was their all-everything recruit that went over to play for IMG. But Elvis has stepped in nicely, leading this team to a record of 8-1. They're only lost to Piper, the number one team in town. He wants to throw it on first down, and he's avoiding the traffic there. Good pass rush by Clark, and almost completed it as he was flushed out of the pocket. It's incomplete. It'll be second down. Let's take a look at the Johnson offense. They, of course, are led by Bubba Johnson, their all-district running back who has over 1,000 yards and 17 touchdowns. Up front, they're led by their all-district center, Josh McNeil. And they have a late add. Ben Cook is playing right guard for the injured Zaid Davis. Second down and 10, two receivers to the right. They've got really explosive young talent as Johnson carries for about 2.5. As we look at the Clark defense, they're led up front by Xavier Redding, big number 61 on the defensive end. And then in the back, Seven Sweats has the name of the year. And guess what number he wears?
You're not trying to trick the guys in the booth, are they? Well done, Cougs.
So it's third down and long. We'll call it third down and 7 here on the first possession as Johnson shifts. They'll hand it off to Bubba, who's got some yardage, but not nearly enough for the first, but they're inside Clark territory, and this is probably where they're going to go for it. They're missing Bryson Thompson. He's a sophomore wide receiver who's already got offers from Baylor, TCU, and Texas Tech. He's out tonight as they just kind of taking it easy for the playoffs. Want to make sure he's right for next week. In his place, they've got Ethan Day, the senior, wearing number 7, and he's split far to the left along with Jaden Perez.
Yeah, Jaden's got offers from the likes of OSU, Oklahoma State.
So here we go. Fourth down. Elvis is going to run for it.
Ooh, slid early.
They're going to mark him short. He thought he had it, but, you know, when they go into that slide, it's always been this rule now where they mark it right where you begin the slide, and we see a lot of quarterbacks do this and give up on the play right before he gets to the line. Now, he landed on the line, but when he starts to attempt the slide is where they mark it because they're trying to protect the quarterback, and as you can see, the Johnson coaching staff not happy about the execution there. So the Cougars will take over with real good field position, and they'll hand it off on first down. A nice gain of about 6 on the play. That's Xavier Canavas, the sophomore that we talked about in pregame.
Yeah, Don, they do it by committee. They got a couple of explosive guys back there, and again, this Clark team is uber young. As you look at Isaiah's numbers for the season, you know, they want to obviously improve the interceptions, but having a really good year guiding this team's offense and got another year coming up next year, but man, they are young across the board, especially when it comes to their skill positions.
2nd down and 4. And it's another handoff, and it's going to be wrapped up there by the Johnson defense for no gain. In fact, a loss on the play, as there was good pursuit right from the get-go. Here's a look at the Cougar offense. They're led up front by their San Antonio All-Star, Jaden Trexler, the big left guard. And, of course, one of the key players on the offensive side of the ball is Caleb Harrington, team captain and academic all-district player, and senior wide receiver, number 8. 3rd and 6. Santillan scrambling, now fires. That ball was almost intercepted. A lot of Jaguar blue on that side of the field. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and as you take a look at this Johnson Jaguar defense, Don, literally top to bottom, this team is as speedy on defense as any we will see all year. I mean, they've got dudes all over this field. Sam Draper and company on the back end. This is a really dynamic defense that we're going to see on display here tonight.
Mikhail McCreary, the corner, wearing number 18, is just a sophomore, and he's already got offers from UTSA, Houston, Tech, and Baylor. We've got a flag on the play, and they're going to back up the Cougars. Brian Anderson and his crew are referee tonight. And it'll be 3rd and 16 now for the Cougars. Both teams prefer running the football, but down in distance tonight has made them do otherwise. Santillan's pressured, goes a little screen, and there's some room there. All the way up to the 45-yard line nearly, and going across it is Caleb Harrington, who we spoke about. And they've got a 1st down.
You know, one guy marking it short, and one guy
just short.
Yep, it's going to be a smidge short, but what a great play. Huge pressure coming on the Clark quarterback. Nice dump off, check down, got him right where they want him, and then looked like they were able to finish this off and get the 1st down, but forward progress clearly stopped.
Good call on the screen there. They'll run it here on 4th down, and that one's going to be stopped short. The Johnson defense bows up. Elijah Guajardo, the sophomore linebacker, in on the play.
What an unbelievable stand right there by Johnson to turn this thing over. Look at the scrum in the middle and the penetration by the big guys up front. Just nowhere to go with the football right there. Johnson comes up with a big stand here early.
All right, so 2 4th down conversions don't go their way for either team, and now it's the Jags' turn again with Elvis Estrada. He runs Bubba Johnson, and Bubba's got 5 or 6 on 1st down. Bubba's got offers already from Navy and Rio Grande Valley. Last year he ran for 1,800 yards. So he already got over 1,000, averages 8 yards a carry. He has 17 touchdowns. They go quickly and pick up a San Antonio Zoo 1st down.
You see Clark really doing a good job of bringing a lot of heavyweights into the fight here, especially in the box. Caleb Hernandez able to clip him, but as good running backs do, and this one's a great one, falls forward and gets the 1st down.
They go back to him on the new set of downs, and he falls forward for about 2.5. As we said earlier, we called his brother's name a lot over the years, King Johnson.
Yeah, he was special too, so something happening right in the football genes right there in the Johnson family. This guy, he will get downhill in a hurry. And boy, I mean, T.P. Miller could not say enough good things about what he's got back there at running back in Bubba Johnson.
2nd down and 9. This time they run it outside. Nice job going forward for about 9 is Gabe Simpson. the all-district wide receiver. He's also going to play in our San Antonio All-Star game along with Bubba Johnson.
And then you see this, right? You get a little thunder and then you get a little lightning back there in the backfield, and caught the Cougs a little flat-footed right there.
Be third down and short, about a yard. Estrada to Johnson. Nice sidestep. That's what you see from Bubba Johnson, who's still going forward. A first down and more, and that's where we saw the quick feet of Bubba Johnson able to go laterally.
And Clark doing all they can, right? You've got to get many hats to the football when this young man's carrying the load. And sometimes having too many guys over there ain't enough.
It's a San Antonio Zoo first down, and now Estrada's going to throw. Throws the slant, completes it. Touchdown, Jaguars. Gabe Simpson on the reception, and the Jags jump out on front. What a dart thrown by young Elvis Estrada.
Yeah, Don, baseball arm showing it off. Elvis dropping back, flicks the wrist, and that's a missile to Gabe Simpson. We were told versatile and rangy, showing off both right there for 6.
So the Jags get on the board first. The extra point is up and good. And Johnson strikes first. That's Carter Busenlaner with the extra point. The Cougs will try to get on the board when we come back.
Welcome back to Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. Here with Brianna Cabello, our representative from Taco Cabana today. How are you? Last game of the season.
We're excited to be here and ready to cheer on everybody.
I know it's going to be a great game. It already has started to be a great game. You guys are once again one of our key sponsors. Why do you guys continue to give so much back through TNL?
Yes, you know, Taco Cabana, we're founded here. This is our community, and we love to give back to the community, to our schools, to our veterans, to our first responders, to the community that we love serving. And this is our home, so we love being part of that.
Awesome. What do you guys have cooking so far? I'm going to bring on Alan. Alan, we solicited some help today. Tell us what we got here.
So this is our 30-pack of flautas from our catering. We have 30 flautas and 3 dipping sauces of your choice. Delicious, great for a party, or just if you're having some family over. It's just great to pick up on your way home.
All right. Yes, Don, I can probably eat all 30, I know. But I'm going to have one now. And are you having one with me? Oh, she used tongs. She's classier than me. Alan, should we just stick one in there for you? All right. Cheers. Last game of the season. Back up to you guys.
No dipping sauce, Matt.
I should have gone for the queso. That's my bad. That was a me mistake.
Their I forget, their ranch salsa is really good. Handoff to the left-hand side, to the right of the Clark offense, goes for about 2.
And you just see how fast this Johnson defense is, stem to stern, top to bottom. Aaron Brown and company floating over there to track Xavier Canavas. Again, this dude's averaging 6 per. What a season. And the fact that he's just a sophomore. Got a running mate back there that's also made a bunch of huge plays this year. Also a sophomore, Tristan Childs.
Really,
these guys are good, man.
Really, on both teams, outside of Bubba Johnson, the best talent on the field are all sophomores for both squads. pretty impressive and tells you about the future for both programs going forward. Miscommunication in the backfield. Still gains about a yard. Does Canvas. Again, he's got over 1,000 yards and 13 touchdowns on the year. Just kind of ran into each other. A little bust there.
You know, Elijah Guajardo and company that time. And you see how physical this Johnson defense is too. I mean, they are really crashing on the ball carrier. All points.
It's 3rd down and 6. That ball's complete. Nice little sidestep. First down for the Cougars. Athletic play by Elisha Johnson, and guess what class he's in?
Right.
He's a sophomore. District Newcomer of the Year.
Yeah, was on varsity last year. They move him around a lot, but mostly a slot guy, and sometimes they'll even get him on the backfield. But call him EJ, and he's an electric ball player too, as you see, 10 yards per.
So they'll move the 6 for a San Antonio Zoo first down for quarterback Isaiah Santillan and the Cougar offense. 3:55 to play. They go back to Canvas. And again, he stopped. Nothing doing on that right side against the secondary of Johnson. The linebackers come up quickly. One of our IBEW local 60 player profiles is Big Jaden Trexler. And this guy is a stud. 2-year Letterman captain. He's on the Leadership Council, National Honor Society, academic, all district, and he's going to play in our San Antonio Sports All-Star game as well.
Yeah.
Outstanding young player.
Absolutely, and you know, they say, you know, check the guy's grades every week, and this guy right here just grades out top notch every single week.
2nd down and 7. Santillan on the boot, wants to throw. Now he's going to keep it, and he's still fighting for yards, and he's near the stick, but he's going to be short. It'll be 3rd down, and looks like about a full. No, they're moving the sticks.
This is just a really good play right here by Isaiah Santillan. I thought he was going to check it down, but obviously he trusted his feet to be able to move the change right there, and that proved to be the right decision. A couple nifty, nice moves, and sticks his nose down there at the end and able to just barely pick up the sticks for the first down.
All right, so San Antonio Zoo first down for the Cougars. Gave about 3 again for Canvas. Both teams real content with 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Kind of lulls you to sleep, and then as we saw in the last series, Johnson, you know, you're so worried about Bubba Johnson that they can hit you with that quick pass for the touchdown. But again, Clark very content to just hand the ball off to Canvas, get 3 or 4 yards a chunk. You do that 3 or 4 times and you got a first down.
Absolutely, and by all means, they want to do everything they can to kind of control the clock and control this football game. And right now, looks like they're trying to figure out what they're going to do here on this play, get everybody on the same page.
Santillan's going to throw it to the outside. It's caught, stays inbounds. Clock continues to run. This first quarter flying by, as we've only got a minute and a half left. That's what happens when you have running football teams and clean play and no penalties, the like.
Really like what J.L. Geist is doing at Clark High School. I mean, it's just the bullet points. Every game, every moment, everything is charted. Everything, you know, if you want to look to see where your team is going, I mean, they leave no stone unturned.
3rd down and 3. Big play here, although I think it's 2-down territory. Santillan wants to throw, fires to the flat. It's caught. Great hands by Caleb Harrington, who brought that in and got out of bounds as they'll move the chains for another San Antonio Zoo first down. Good catch here.
Oh, absolutely. Isaiah throwing it and Harrington catching it. All he needs is one hand. team captain, academic all-district, 2-year letterman, and having a fine season for the Cougs, and pretty good on TV this week talking about his squad.
Got out of bounds with 53 seconds to go. So take a look at Coach T.P. Miller. Santillan with 4 wides, 2 to each side, brings a man in motion. Instead, he'll hand off, and again, Johnson coming up, and that was big number 96 for the Jags, Courtney Smith. And guess what? He's a sophomore. 5'11", 280, and he came with some force.
Man, this Johnson team defensively, again, at every position, old, young, or in between, they've got some dudes, and look at this guy showing off early on in this ball game. Courtney Smith with 12 tackles and just picked up the 13th one of the season.
Might be the final play of the quarter. Santillan straight drop, going to go deep over the middle. One-on-one coverage, that not close, as he was looking for Elisha Johnson. Good coverage back downfield.
By Sam Draper. Drape coverage. And Sam Draper's such a great ball player in his own right. Again, this Johnson defense and its speed is really something to behold. There are just no weaknesses at any level.
So it's 3rd down and 10 here from the 35. 12 seconds to go, first quarter action. Don Harris, Chuck Mickatinick with you from Comalander Stadium. They hand inside. Short of the first down is Canavas. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. It's the end of the first quarter here at Comalander Stadium. The Johnson Jaguars lead the Clark Cougars 7-0 on Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights.
Georgia Ford, Pancake.
You're watching
We are
Taco
back.
Thursday
First play
Night
of the
Lights,
second quarter, a
presented
fourth down
by the
conversion
Gomez
attempt
Law Firm.
by the Clark offense. They've left their offense on the field. Isaiah Santillan has 4th and 5. And he looks right, throws that way on the slant, completes it. And it's a first down to Elisha Johnson as they move the sticks.
District Newcomer of the Year a season ago, and Elijah Johnson is their do-everything guy, the Swiss Army knife, whether it's running it or catching it. You obviously want to try to get this guy the ball in space, but a huge play on 4th down and a great job executing by these Clark Cougars. Don, I think if they were on the other end of the field, like if this was the end of the first quarter, I think they may have kicked that field goal. Their kicker, Jack Height, is elite, but with the wind sort of in their face, going from left to right. I think that was the wise call, and obviously it worked out well for the Cougs.
First down and 10. Canvas to the outside, breaks a tackle, gets to the 20, inside the Citramed red zone, down to about the 17.
I want you to watch big number 66 throw a block. Isaac Gillet, 6'2", 239. Look at that, holding up his end of the bargain, just able to get his ball carrier, Xavier Canvas, outside on that and pick up about 4 or 5 on the play.
So that'll set up second down and 6 for the young quarterback, Isaiah Santillon at the Clark Cougars. 2 split wide to the right, got a slot over there as well. Now he looks to run it himself left, breaks a tackle to the 10, to the 5, and inside the 5 to the 3-yard line is Isaiah Santillon.
Nice little stop and go play, just drops back, acts like he's going to throw it, sees a crease, and then gets upfield, taking on all kinds of tacklers right there too. Well done.
So it's first and goal for the Clark Cougars inside the Johnson 5. We'll call it the 4. Here's Santillon to Canvas, dances to the 1. Did he get in? He lost the football. They're going to say he's down. The umpire saying he's down. They're going to mark him short. And Johnson now says they have the football, and the umpire has been overruled by the head linesman. They're going to talk it over. Johnson thinks they've got it. Here's the referee, Brian Anderson, with the call. Find your microphone, Brian.
The call on the field, that runner was down. The football
Oh, there's 3 overturns. Here's a look at it. Ball is down. They made the right call.
Well, it's nice that they all got together, right, and took kind of a consensus, ended up getting it right. Well done, fellas. And a huge break for the Cougars, obviously, because here they are. They got a chance to tie this football game with a lot at stake here tonight.
Yet right at the 1 foot line, his elbow hit the ground. The ground caused the fumble, and the umpire was right on it. Michael Finn was right on it. He called it down from the get-go, and the head line judge ran in, was going to overrule him, but you know they have no replay in high school football, which puts them at such a difficult position, because how many times do we see calls get overturned? And to think about it, until you get to a state championship game, an entire game could change on a wrong call. But those guys made the right one. Let's go down to Matt Roy.
Guys, have Crystal Wright here, one of the attorneys over at Gomez Law Firm. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Gomez always sponsors TNL and sponsors a lot of things around the community because Mr. Gomez has been here for so long, doing so much. Why is it that he chooses to continue to sponsor things like TNL?
First of all, thanks for having us out here tonight. As a Clark Cougar alum, I always love coming out and covering this game because I kind of feel impartial, so I'm really happy to be here. Gomez Law has been in the community for over 50 years. Like you said, it's really important that Mr. Gomez continues to support the community, support our future leaders, and to support events where the community comes together. And what better place to see that than a high school football game?
Don, Chuck, you guys want to take care of the...
Jan with the quarterback keeper in for the touchdown, I believe. There's a flag on the play. So it is a touchdown. They'll decline the penalty, and they'll come on to kick the extra point. Matt?
So you were saying there's a lot going on at the Gomez Law Firm. Tell us a little bit about what you guys got going on right now.
We got caught up in the action there for a second, huh?
I know, tie game now. We got it.
Yeah, our Cougs scored.
Go Cougs. This is Mr. and Mrs. Gomez's favorite time of the year, the holidays. So keep a lookout. We'll be participating in turkey giveaways and food drives. And then around Christmas time, we'll be participating in toy drives and toy giveaways. We'll also have a donation station set up at the office So if you see us out at these events, come by and say hi, because it's really important that the community knows that we're always there if you need us, and to remember, not only does Gomez Law fight, but Gomez Law cares.
And they win, too, so that's good. Back up to you guys for the action.
All right, thanks, Matt. We appreciate Gomez Law Firm. Here's another look at Santillan getting in. And the Cougs finish off that drive to tie up this football game.
You know, Don, they probably had their worst game of the season last week when they played Reagan, and in some ways, I think the moment may have been a little too big for this young football team. So the fact that, you know, they've kind of hung in there tonight and they've countered instantly the Johnson touchdown and went down and got a touchdown of their own. I mean, I think that's going to pay big dividends for this young ball club to show them, man, we can run with anybody. We just got to put it all together.
And if they win tonight, or even if they don't, they have other ways to get in to the playoffs and make a bit of a run down in the playoffs. So we'll see how they do. It'd be a huge win for the program if they could somehow upset Johnson here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Put them in really good shape, too, for the postseason with all that entails with Big 6A and Little 6A.
Jaden Perez back. It's going to be a short kick. Going to be fielded right at the 30. No fair catch. Gain of about 5, and we'll be back in 15 seconds.
Do you know a San Antonio teen in 7th to 12th grade looking for ways to get involved in the community? They can apply to be a Project Worth Teen Ambassador today. For more information, visit our website or call 210-207-8850.
10:38 to play here in the second quarter. The Johnson Jaguars are back with the football. First down and 10. Here's Bubba Johnson. He's not going anywhere. Good pursuit right up front by number 61 of the Clark Cougars, who got there first. That's Xavier Redding, the junior.
You know, Xavier on varsity last year. Again, they're just so young every single place on this field, man. They got a bunch of sophomores playing on defense, too.
Second and 7. Little pitch to Bubba. Again, he's got 2 or 3, and there's some hitting going on down there tonight.
Zeke Sarita, the sophomore we were just talking about, you know, he had junior on the last play. He got 95, the sophomore, and this guy's already got 6 TFLs on the season and 7 QB pressures. Certainly looks the part. Not the part of a sophomore, I will say, though. Big fella.
Third down and 5. Elvis. Straight drop. He's pressured. He gets out of it. He's tackled, but it might be a horse collar. Did he flag? 44 reached out and got him by the back of the jersey, but no flag. It'll set up 4th down.
Yeah, Kanan Canubule coming in there and roping down the quarterback after Elvis was able to escape the initial pressure. 4th down, here we go. Clark's defense making a little bit of a stand right here.
They're going to punt it away, but first check out our Moonlight Ballroom Smile Cam, sponsored by Moonlight Ballroom. San Antonio's premier venue for all quinceañeras, sweet 16s, and graduation parties. For more information, visit moonlightballroomsa.com. Here's the punt away for Johnson, and that's a good bounce all the way inside the 5, and they're not going to get there. It's going to be a touchback, but wow, with the roll, that could have been really special. All right, when we come back, we're all knotted up. 7-7. It's Clark football trying to take the lead when we return.
Game Time Weather is sponsored by Air and Plumbing Today.
Believe it or not, with those flags blowing like that, it's only 15-mile-an-hour winds out of the southeast. 79 degrees, partly cloudy. Beautiful night for football, a little breezy.
Yeah, Don, I mean, this is our TNL finale, right? And I think what's fascinating is we went through the whole year. We didn't have a cold weather game this season in year 16. However, we didn't have a super-de-duper hot game either. It was just kind of a nice, mild, week in and week out, great night for football type weather.
I don't remember a game over
Hello.
100. Look out, here's Canvas. Canvas is flying down the field. Out of nowhere, breaks a tackle and gets down inside the 25. Boy, he can fly.
Talk about hitting a hole. And then, you know, how many times do you see a guy go down after he breaks one like this? And good hustle on the back end by Johnson. That's Mikhail McCreary, we've talked so much about. He's got some speed too, but what a run, what an explosive play for these Clark Cougars as they try to take their first lead of the night.
McCreary, as I told you earlier, is the guy who's got Division I offers, just a sophomore. Canvas was gone. There was nobody else on that field that could have run him down other than McCreary, and he did. He's a little tired, so they bring in a backup, number 20 there to carry the football for the Cougars, and that's Tristan Childs, another sophomore.
Right?
He's inside the Central Mid red zone.
So you got Canvas, a sophomore, averaging 6 yards per. Tristan Childs, another explosive player, sophomore, averaging 5 yards per. These young Clark Cougars really stepping up, and hopefully Canvas was only trying to catch his break there, Don. It looked like, you know, he might have been gingerly kind of favoring a hip or two.
Second down. Same guy, and big time tackle there after a game maybe of one. Elijah Guajardo making all kinds of plays tonight for that Johnson defense, and as we've talked about too, it's going to be like we need to just stop saying it unless somebody other than a sophomore makes a play.
That's exactly right, but man, just flying around these Johnson defenders. I mean, they just pop off the screen, and glad to see 25 back in there. Having a night already.
Canvas, 12 carries for 84 yards. Clark knocking on the door again inside the Central Med red zone. It's 3rd down and 5. And here's Canvas. And again, he's brought down. Again, it's a big-time tackle one-on-one. That was Jaden Bell, who, again, is a big-time playmaker. Excuse me, check that. It's 80, not 90. And 80 for the Johnson Jaguars is Cash Hager.
Getting some time on the defense tonight is the big 6'3", 215-pound linebacker /DE/TE.
All right, we know they have a great kicker, but they're going to go for it again here on 4th down and 3. Dion's going to throw it to the end zone, and it's caught out of bounds. That will move the chains, and that's another great play by the senior, Caleb Harrington, who's already made one great one-handed catch tonight.
Really like what Clark did here, Don. They ran all their receivers up the field and slipped their little tight end right underneath. A little twinkle toes action there, getting the ball out of bounds. And it was interesting listening to Harrington talk this week. It says, man, I like blocking, but I'm not going to lie. I like catching the ball better. Doing a little bit of everything tonight for these Cougars.
It's a San Antonio Zoo 1st down. It's inside the 10, so it's 1st down and goal. They hand it to Canvas. He's got 5. 2nd down and goal from the 5 as Clark mixing it up with a good run and pass combination. You got the feeling that they called that out route on the 4th down conversion because it's one that the young quarterback is comfortable with.
And I like watching this matchup up front with Trexler and Cash Hager both going at it. 77 for Clark and 80 for Johnson right there. Hager doing a good job holding off as long as he could and finally made the tackle.
2nd down, and they give it again for 2 to Canvas, and it's just big time smash mouth football right now. We're going to run it at you. Can you stop us? And Johnson likes that matchup.
Look at 77 holding his own. They're going to run his side as much as they can. Again, high grades. Let's go with the high grade guy every week, right? Man, but this is just a, man against men battle in these trenches on both sides of the ball. Clark not as big as Johnson, but playing bigger than their size right now.
He's got Harrington at the bottom of the screen, one-on-one. Now they roll a safety over there. He looks that way, throws the other way, and it's going to be stopped short of the goal line, right at the 1. But it is complete, and it is Elisha Johnson. That puts you close enough to run the football here, and maybe even try another sneak that they were successful on, as they'll give them forward progress right to the 1. Here we go. It's a scrum. Santillon's not going to get there. Johnson holds.
Elijah Gajardo, the sophomore from Johnson, doing a nice torpedo job.
We've got a flag down, though.
Somebody offsides. Look at 25. Talk about shooting the gap and making a play. Oh, man.
Was offside, so they'll get another shot at it. The yardage not meaning much because it's half the distance. So we'll see after that unsuccessful attempt if J.L. Geis wants to go back to that, because you can see Johnson's got the hosses right there. They're moving back to the shotgun. And now they run Harrington, and he pushes forward for the touchdown. The big senior tight end comes in, a la Oscar Cardenas at UTSA, that the Roadrunners run that play, and they use the bigger guy to go forward.
Yeah, Harrington, the big body, you talked about liking to block and liking to catch more, but hey, I bet he's going to get used to running the football too if he can get that every single time.
Got a little assist from Canavas, who came up and gave him a little push. And the Clark Cougars have now gone in front of Johnson. 4:13 to play on Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights.
Welcome back to Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. It is 14-7 Clark Cougars over the Johnson Jaguars right now at Comalander Stadium. And joining me on the sidelines is Joe Corchado and Alejandro, who is, hey, you want to do the interview? You can do it. Here you go.
Say hi. Nah!
See, there he is. Thanks, Alejandro. So, Joe, you guys are sponsoring our Scholar Athlete this year. Why did you guys choose to help sponsor TNL?
Well, we really enjoy high school football, sports, men's and women's, so we wanted to definitely give back on the scholarship. We felt like that was our best way to give back.
Joe, it took us 10 weeks to get Alejandro to talk, but we finally got it. He's doing a good job today.
Say, beluga air.
No!
Okay.
All right. So, Joe, with these winter months changing, what should people know?
Right now, y'all want to focus on your maintenance, your heating tune-up, just making sure we can check your gas leaks, carbon monoxide, make sure that the unit's safe for y'all to run, and keeping it safe for you and your family. That's the most important. So look on our website. We talk about our maintenance, insulation, things that will save y'all money on your electricity bill.
All right, Alejandro, anything else to add? I couldn't have said it better myself. Back to you guys.
Got a young pterodactyl on the sideline,
that's
man.
funny.
Have him up in the booth. Help us call the game.
Appreciate Joe and Alejandro. Been here all year. Here's Bubba Johnson on the carry. Clark's done a good job of keeping him in check. He's getting his yards 3 at a time, but hasn't had that big explosive yet. That could happen at any time. Just a warning.
I mean, that's the thing when you've got such a talented core of, or a talented running game like Johnson has, right? I mean, you can do all you can play to play, and then every now and then they're going to pop one. You just got to make sure you keep everything in front of you. And speaking of that, yeah, what a great throw by Elvis Estrada. Clark keeping everything in front of him, and he still completed the ball on the sideline.
Yeah, Ethan Day on the reception. He's in there because Bryson Thompson's out tonight. That's a good throw and catch. There's Bubba Johnson. Did the ball come out? It looked like it did. Big hit. He kept it.
Yeah, your guy, 7 Sweats.
Big collision there. Lauren Johnson, the all-everything running back for these Johnson Jaguars, getting a full load tonight. They fake it to him. Throw the football over the middle. It's caught again on that slant. To the 20, to the 10. Second touchdown of the night for Gabe Simpson.
How in the world did Elvis Estrada complete this pass? Big time arm. Look at this. And what a thread of the needle.
Gabe Simpson showing out tonight, too. 2 tough catches with the velocity of those throws. The extra point is up and good, and we are all tied up with 2:53 to play. The Cougs will get it next. It's our Moonlight Ballroom Smile Cam, and it's the Johnson Jaguars smiling right now as Elvis Estrada has completed his second touchdown pass of the night to Gabe Simpson, the all-district wide receiver who will be playing in our San Antonio Sports All-Star game, and you can see why. What he does after the catch, pretty special. The kick will be fielded right at the goal line by the Cougars. Jackson Shannon, he's got it going down the sideline. He dances out of bounds at the 25. And the Cougars will have 2:45 to see if they can do something with it here. There's a flag on the play, as you see.
Yeah, Don, I think you get a little taste, too, of exactly why Clark wants to be slow and methodical and get 4.5 yards per pop tonight, is to try to keep Johnson's offense off the field. That's certainly no way to start a drive, huh?
He'll back you up half the distance after the blind side. And there's your guy, Caleb Harrington, the tight end, who's, man, he's done it all tonight. A couple of great catches, big-time fourth down conversion, and then runs in there, takes a snap for a quarterback sneak.
And he's a hooper.
Gotta love that. Lined up in the slot, ball's out. And Clark avoids disaster there with 2:39 to play. We'll see if Johnson starts to use those timeouts. They might want to get it back here before the end of the half because Clark has 98 yards to go.
Yeah, I mean, biggest thing here right now is, okay, you're behind the chains, you've got horrible field position. What can you do to the best of your ability to erode clock?
Well, they'll hand it off, and he almost lost it. Did Canavas juggled, and I bet we get a timeout right here from Johnson. We do. TP Miller signals. They'll stop the clock and try to get this football back. They could get this ball back at the 30 or so with about a minute and a half, 2 minutes to play.
Well, Clark has played pretty much the perfect first half here. That's why you see the score at 14-14, but man, they have really been the beneficiary of catching all kinds of breaks here in the first half, whether it's keeping control of the football or even when the ball was ruled a fumble by one of the refs, they were able to retain control of the football, which they were luckily able to do. So far so good for the Cougars, but there's a reason why it's 14-14. They've got to play perfect. They've got to figure out a way here, see if they can get this ball further away from their own end zone.
And we're back in 15 seconds.
Hey San Antonio teens, are you looking for ways to share your voice, creativity, and ideas on ways to positively impact the community? Become a Project Worth Teen Ambassador. For more information, visit our website or call 210-207-8850.
All right, we're back 3rd and 17. 1:57 to play. Johnson has another timeout that they can use here to stop the clock to get the ball back if they so choose. I think Clark would just want to run the football. They get to Canavas, who gets to the outside, and he is stopped at about the 9. And Johnson takes their final timeout, so they'll get the football back with about a minute 45 here, and they'll have really good field position to do something with it.
You want to talk about textbook tackles, man. Sam Draper coming up from the back end, and boy, does he deliver a blow to the ball carrier. Really well done by an exceptional football player.
TNL highlights teams that are making a difference in our communities every week with the Beyond the Game program. Let's hear more about it from San Antonio Sports' Jenny Carnes and Valero.
Beyond the Game is an initiative that works with all area school districts to encourage high school and middle school teams and individuals to make a difference within their student population and serve our community. We know that students who participate in team sports are setting the foundation for their future in the workplace by learning teamwork, unselfishness, and respect. This program recognizes high school and middle school teams and individuals for working together to make a difference in our community.
The principles of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service are central to Valero's culture. We are excited to team up with Beyond the Game to honor students who are dedicated to making meaningful contributions on and off the field.
Having Valero as a teammate for Beyond the Game will help this program continue to positively impact more teams, coaches, and families. 4 teams will be recognized in the San Antonio High School All-Star Football Game, in the Alamo Dome. If you want to nominate, you can visit sanantoniosports.org to learn more about the program and nominate teams and individuals today.
And we appreciate San Antonio Sports and Valero for their participation in the Beyond the Game program. Great to see every week the good that's being done in our community by those middle school and high school teams serving the elementary schools and more. All right, so here we go. 4th down and 11. 1:49 left. Clark gets the punt off, but it's a shank off the side of the foot. Out of bounds at about the 29, so Johnson will have no timeouts left. But they'll have 1:42 to go and get a chance to run their 2-minute offense to see if they can take the lead here before halftime.
Well, obviously time not much of a concern right now, and just a really bad sequence there for Clark, not only on the kickoff with the penalty, then you had a couple of plays where you couldn't find the ears or had a hard time hanging onto the football, and then you need something special to happen on your special teams, and you get a punt that goes off the side of the punter's foot. So Johnson, all of a sudden, you know, you're down 7 and you're thinking, okay, they're going to have to try to score quick to get back into this football game. They may have a chance to score twice, now take the lead.
So they'll hand it to Johnson on 1st down. Finds a seam. Bubba Johnson's got a good chunk. There's a flag down, though. And let's see what that ends up being as they stop the clock momentarily. All right, so it'll be a hold on Johnson. That won't help matters here as they get behind the chains with 1:38 to play.
Bubba Johnson, though, I know that's a penalty and it came back, but man, his ability to see a hole and then get to said hole in no time flat is really something to behold.
So it's 1st down and 20 after the 10-yard penalty as the young quarterback Elvis Estrada, just a sophomore, as we've said, sets up his squad. Keep an eye on number 6, Gabe Simpson's got 2 touchdowns tonight. He's going to boot out to the left, and he's going to be pressured. Good pursuit there. He'll stop the clock. It'll be 2nd down and 20 with the incompletion. Yeah. It was Dom Moore.
Sure was
sophomore
Dom Moore.
linebacker getting in there to pressure him.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to make a beeline to the quarterback, was still able to break down and put pressure, and obviously made that play himself.
So the Johnson coaching staff tested with a 2nd and 20 and 2-minute offense here. See what kind of tricks they have up their sleeve here. They're going to throw back to Bubba Johnson on a screen. He dodges one tackler. Look out. Johnson's crossed the 20, inside the 15, down to near the 10-yard line. And best yet for Johnson fans, he got out of bounds.
Now, what a great play call here. I'm thinking, man, this isn't going anywhere, right? I mean, the thing was up there forever on the screen, but these young Cougs trying to get to the backfield, put pressure on the quarterback. Couldn't quite get home, and then on the back end, Johnson's got it all set up with the big boys pulling downfield. And just like that, Johnson picks up a key 1st down.
Say he stepped out at the 12-yard line. They go back to him. He's inside the 5, pushing forward to about the 2. Clock runs, no timeouts, but they've got plenty of time here.
Yeah, Diaz and Abrego on the right side of this Johnson line just completely collapsed their end of the field, and all kinds of daylight there for Bubba Johnson to run through as we wind down here well inside a minute.
They roll up 2 defenders over at the top of the screen to Simpson. They'll run Johnson, and Johnson bulls his way in. Touchdown, Jaguars. They take the lead with just 28 seconds to go in the half.
Really job managing the clock here by the Johnson Jaguars to end this 1st half. Mercy, they get 14 points late to jump back out in front of this football game.
Well, it's all set up because of Bubba Johnson on the screen pass. They're running their big dog, and he delivered for him here near the end of the 1st half. The extra point is up, and it is good, and the Jaguars lead it 21-14. Another look at the touchdown. Chuck, the big guys up front doing the job.
Absolutely. It all starts with big Joshua McNeil, who's also a track star. All-district center, 5'11", 285. But, Davis, Sekula on the left, Diaz and Abrego on the right. These guys doing a really good job in what was needed for this Johnson ball club, especially late here in the second quarter.
All right, so Johnson scored to take the lead. Clark comes back with back-to-back scores, and the Cougars were up 14-7. And now Johnson in the second quarter answers with back-to-back touchdowns on consecutive drives, one through the air, one on the ground. And we've got 28 seconds to go. Make sure you stick around for our Central Med halftime show. David Chancellor has the Scholar Athletes of the Week. We'll hear from both bands. They are outstanding as they are now participating in those statewide competitions, so the complete routines are done. And I've seen some giant 18-wheelers outside the stadium. These bands are completely geared up. All kinds of stuff to carry all the equipment. High kick. They're going to let it go into the end zone. So what do you think here, Chuck? They just run it out?
If I was them, yes. You played a really good first half if you're the Clark Cougars. You're hanging in there, and things got a little wonky there after Johnson tied the football game up, and that allowed Johnson, obviously, to get the second touchdown here to make it 21-14. But I'm kind of looking forward to the halftime show, so I kind of do hope they take a knee, because we were talking about some of these kids that are going to be playing in the band. I want to see if Austin Sekula, the big left tackle for Johnson Jaguars, he's in orchestra too. I don't know if he's performing tonight, but I'd pay to see that.
I've seen them. They take their shoulder pads off and wear their football pants and stay right there on the field. They'll run canvas, and he's brought down, and that'll likely maybe one more play, depending on how quickly Clark wants to go here.
I think that's the wise play, right? It's you run the ball on first down, and if you get a chunk play, then obviously you stop the clock. But the one thing you want to do is make sure that you're getting off the field here and keep things as it is. A pretty darn good first half by both of these clubs. Clark holding their own here in the first half.
Both teams have to feel good about what they've done moving into the second half. Coach T.P. Miller's squad on top. Matt Roy rounding him up. And as soon as they're ready to go, we'll throw it down to Matt and Coach T.P. Miller, who came up under Mark Soto in the Judson program in San Marcos. And he's ready with Matt. Let's go down to Matt.
Coach Miller, you knew that you were going to get their best shot tonight. Onside kick to start the game, 4 fourth downs from them. What did you expect coming into this game? How do you think your guys have handled it?
I knew it was going to be a 48-minute ball game. Coach Gus does a phenomenal job. For us, we have some things to clean up, offensive, defensively, and special teams. But I like how our kids responded late in the second quarter. Now we have to come out and play 24 minutes in the second half.
What's your message to the team in the locker room as you go into the last half of your last regular season game?
You learn, but don't forget the first half. You apply it to 24 minutes in the second half, and let's put our foot on the pedal and let's come out and play Jack football.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
All right, when we come back, it'll be our Central Med halftime show. The band's performing on the field as the Scholar Athlete of the Week. Matt Roy is back with the Central Med halftime show when we come back on Taco Cabana, Thursday Night Lights.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Taco Cabana, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, Centro Med, Enroll SA, San Antonio Sports, Valero, San Antonio Zoo, Christus Children's, ACNowSA.com, Rhino Roofers, San Antonio Ready to Work, Moonlight Ballroom, Air and Plumbing Today, Living Way Church, San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, Premier Pros, IBEW, Vietnam Army Grunt Museum, and Monarch Trophy Studio. Welcome to the Centro Med Halftime Report.
Welcome back to Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. Beautiful night for some football here at Comalander Stadium. The Johnson Jaguars leading the Clark Cougars right now 21-14 with district and playoff implications on the line. Right now, the Clark Cougar Marching Band on the field. We spoke to their band director a little bit earlier this week. Let's take a listen.
Well, tonight we're going to honor our seniors at the senior game, and we will actually be honoring the spirit organizations, so cheer and dance, and the senior band members during the halftime. So we do a special, I guess, mini show every year that honors them and puts them down front so we can thank them for all of the years of service. My senior class is very small but mighty, and they've been a good group because the band makeup is very young, and so they've been a great anchor for us. I think the level of growth that we've had, as I said, we were such a young group, and you know, a lot of time hasn't really passed, but for them it's been a long time. And when you see the people that started this season to the people they've become today, it's pretty astounding how much the group has grown and how much they've grown as individuals. We had a great year, and I think we hit all of the checkpoints and goals that I had for the group. And we went to 2 U.S. band contests, and we did very well there and won our class and was able to get into finals. And again, for this group, it was about them getting reps in a competition setting. And so I couldn't have been more proud of what they accomplished this year. I've got a great staff, Jacob Aguado, Ben Goskowski, my 2 assistants. Tina Burke does the color guard. And I've got a great booster organization, and all of those people that work behind the scenes to make sure that the kids are getting water, and, all the props are coming out and loading band equipment. The administration here at Clark, Mr. Steve Zimmerman, and all of the administration, and how much they support the band and support what we do. None of this would be possible without any of those people.
For the penultimate time this year, it's time to vote for the Christian Children's $5,000 band grant. To vote for the Clark High School Marching Band, scan the QR code on your screen or visit cw35.com/station/contest. You must be 18 years old and live in our viewing area.
San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Valero are shining a light on teams and individuals who model key values through their actions. This week, we salute 2 schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. Since September, members of the Memorial High School football team have spent every Monday at different elementary schools reading to classes in both English and Spanish. The team has read more than 50 hours helping young students see the importance of reading and inspiring the next generation. The Taft High School girls basketball team spent a day volunteering with Habitat for Humanity, utilizing basketball skills like teamwork and communication. They assembled and installed cabinetry on a house for a family in need. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service. San Antonio Sports and Valero salute high school and middle school coaches who inspire their athletes to serve others. Parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams and individuals that go beyond the game.
You're watching the Central Med Halftime Report.
Welcome back to the Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights presented by the Gomez Law Firm halftime show here at Comalander Stadium. Johnson leading 21-14 over the Clark Cougars, and the Johnson Marching Band is on the field right now. Let me tell you a little bit about them. The Claudia Taylor Lady Bird Johnson High School Marching Band opened in August 2008. The band program has grown to more than 300 students now. The band is under the direction of Robert Lozano, Julia Donnell, Bethany Smith, Gordon Hanty, Chris Hartman, and Chelsea Arenas. They've established a reputation for quality, innovation, and excitement. The band has become a consistent finalist at Band of America Regional and Grand National contests and has advanced to the UIL State Marching Contest 5 different times. They also won the 6A State Marching Contest in 2020. Let's listen in to these winners. To vote for the Johnson High School Marching Bands, scan the QR code on your screen or visit cw35.com/station/contest. You must be 18 years old and live in our viewing area. Thanks again to Christian Children's for sponsoring this year's $5,000 band grant.
You're watching the Central Med Halftime Report.
Welcome back to Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. Our final week for season 16, and it's that time of the week again to introduce you to this week's scholar athletes that we always give you here on TNL. And at the end of the year, our sponsor, Beluga Air, will present a $10,000 scholarship to one of the students that we feature this year on TNL. Our David Chancellor introduces us to this week's scholar athletes from Johnson and Clark.
Johnson senior Ava Castillo eats, sleeps, and breathes volleyball.
It's something that I've just loved doing for the entirety of my life, including that I'm committed to go play in college. So it's something that I really hold dear in my heart.
She's a 3-year varsity player for one of the best teams in town who's not done with the sport just yet.
Where are you going to play?
I'm going to play at Juniata College. It's up in Pennsylvania.
A college athlete. How's that sound?
Honestly, that sounds great. It's been my dream since I was really little.
She chose volleyball over playing the viola, even though she was first chair in the school orchestra and won all region honors.
I couldn't manage both of them because the concerts would overlap with the games, and so I would either have to miss one or the other, or I had to pick the one that I wanted to do the most.
101 GPA, Honor Society, book club. She volunteers at the food bank, Haven for Hope, and she coaches youth volleyball in her spare time. She does just about everything except take out the trash. Oh wait, she does that too.
We have a shortage of custodians, so I really just love going around the school picking up trash because I know it's really hard for our custodians to get around everywhere.
Clark's Caitlin Ogden is a name to remember. In the future, she will either fix something, cure something, or create something, but either way, she will lead.
I think that true leadership means supporting others' growth, recognizing their potential, and empowering them to bring unique strengths forward. I don't think it's about having answers or directing every move. I think it's more so about cultivating an environment where everybody feels valued and capable of doing their best work together.
She's a track star who runs the 400 meters and the 400 relay, 101 GPA, president of the Honor Society, class secretary, and one-time president of a national organization called the Toastmasters Club, which means she's a gifted public speaker at the age of 17.
My advice is to just speak as if what you're saying is absolutely true. So even if you don't have a lot of self-confidence built up prior to being on the stage, I think the ability to stand up and just speak as if you're impenetrable and that no matter what you're saying, it's correct, no matter what that topic might be. And then also understanding that the people who are in the audience are there to listen.
She's applied to 16 colleges, and any would be lucky to get her because she wants to turn her degree in neuroscience into a revolutionary way to treat mental health.
I want to find a connection between neuroscience, so the structure of the brain, why we function the way we do, and mental health, in order to legitimize the field that so many people struggle with, and to create new treatment options that are more effective than just throwing medication at it, especially on a pediatric level where so much is still unknown, even though it is such a prominent group that is affected by this issue.
Like I said, Caitlin Ogden. Remember the name.
Welcome back. It's our San Antonio Ready to Work game highlights. Great game here tonight. The Johnson Jaguars took the lead in the first quarter through the air. Gabe Simpson with the first of his 2 touchdown catches. Clark answered with a quarterback dive from Isaiah Santillan. Then Clark went on top. Harrington came in for a quarterback sneak. It's 14-7. But the second quarter belonged to the Judson offense. Gabe Simpson, his second touchdown slant of the night, tied it up. And then after Clark had some tough luck at their end of the field, the Jags put Bubba Johnson in the end zone right at the end of the half. The Jaguars go into the locker room up 21-14. Third quarter action straight ahead here on the CWSA. Welcome back to Comalander Stadium. Coach T.P. Miller on your left, J.L. Geist of Clark on your right, in a really good football game with playoff implications for both sides. If you're just joining us, Johnson's already the district champ. They're outright champs with a win tonight to go undefeated in district play. Clark has some different scenarios. If they win tonight, they're in as we get ready for our Rhino Roofers kickoff. And if they lose tonight, it gets complicated, and Chuck's going to run that down in a bit. Here's the kickoff return. Taken at the 5 and getting outside across the 30. One man to beat. What a great return there, all the way down to the 40-yard line. And that's the young man that we've already seen tonight with blazing speed, Elisha Johnson. Let's go down to the sidelines of Matt Roy.
Guys caught up with Coach Jail, guys coming out of halftime, and he was happy with how his team played until we started talking about the fumbles. They need to get those under control because these last 24 minutes in this second half could be the last 24 minutes of their entire season. I also asked him if he was a little bit surprised that T.P. Miller playing as hard as they are tonight, even though they really don't have anything to play for in terms of standings. He said absolutely not. They're getting ready for the playoffs. We're trying to do the same thing.
All right, it's the San Antonio Zoo first down. And a quarterback keep there on first down. It picks up about 3. So Clark, Chuck, how can Clark get in if they lose tonight?
Well, they would need Brandeis to lose to Reagan, so it's kind of wonky, right? You've got Churchill, Clark, and Brandeis all duking it out, those 3 teams for the last 2 spots. So Churchill beat the Cougs in the Gucci Bowl, but the Cougs beat Brandeis. So basically it comes down to this. It's Clark gets in if they win. They also get in if Brandeis loses to Reagan. But if Brandeis beats Reagan, they are in.
Brandeis is in if they beat Reagan.
Correct. I'm sorry. What did I say?
You said they. I just would
Yes.
double check. Yeah. All right. So get your pen out, write it all down, and you'll know tomorrow night.
Yeah, the simplest form here, though, is win and in. Because if they win, Clark, Don, would be the 1 seed in Little 6A coming from their division. So playoff positioning at stake, too, for these Cougs.
Yep, there's a lot to play for the Clark Cougars tonight. It's 3rd down and 7 for their quarterback, Isaiah Santillan here. He's pressured. He's going backwards and makes the smart play to just throw it into the ground and set up 4th down. And I would think they would punt it away here. And we see the kick team run on here for J.L. Geist. Play a little safer, back them up, see if you can get off the field, and have another crack at it.
Chuck, Don, just to update you guys on some of the scores and scenarios that Chuck was just talking about. Churchill is currently beating Lee right now 49-0. If Churchill wins and Clark loses, then Churchill would get into the playoffs. Also, some other scores we're keeping eyes on. Sotomayor beating Harlan right now 27-15. Soto would be the second seed in that district if they win. John Jay beating Southside right now 25-3 over at Gus. Lanier beating Burbank 14-zip. And Piper going to end up undefeated this year most likely, up on Bernie Champion 49-17.
All right. What a program brewing up there off Borgfeld Road. Piper Warriors. The number 1 team in the TNL top 10 most of the year after a long playoff run last year with Jake South, quarterback, our offensive player of the year. This year they've got Caden Keith. And those guys, man, I think Piper's putting a program that could be Westlake, Lake Travis, DeSoto type state power for years to come. They're a brand new school, and they've got talent, and they've got resources, and in just a couple of years, they've really put it together.
We saw Johnson's in our top 10, and they got 1 loss on the year, and it came to Piper. So some quality wins along the way, not just all padding their stats.
On receiving team.
All right, so we had a block in the back there. That'll back Johnson up for this next possession. T.P. Miller's done a great job at Johnson after coming over after Mark Soto left to go to Judson. T.P. Miller coached under Mark Soto, both at San Marcos and at Johnson.
TP was a really good player in his own right back in the day.
Yeah, Texas State, your alma mater. And San Marcos High School. Here's Bubba Johnson. Bubba's got a big chunk on first down. I think he's got another one. The San Antonio Zoo first down as they'll move the sticks right at 10 yards on the carry.
You know, they've got a lot of weapons, obviously. We talked about that all night, but I think they're showing off a little bit of what they can do, right? I mean, if they want to just ground and pound you like they are right here, they can do that. But we saw how quickly they can score if they got to go to the air, too. I mean, the fact that they got those 2 touchdowns as quick as they did towards the end of the first half, I mean, they can flip the switch on you and in a hurry.
Johnson picks up a good chunk there, 7. We'll call it 2nd down and 3. So he checks out to attend to a shoestring. Jags may be changing this play. All his hands. And across the 44, nearing the 45-yard line, is Aaron Crawford. He's just a junior. He's got 300 yards and 7 touchdowns on the year. So he's the guy they turn to when Johnson needs a rest.
Zeke Sarita, 95, is having one heck of a night for these Cougs.
Crawford still in there as the running back. 2 split to the left. They hand to him. He's followed his blockers straight ahead. And he picks up about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
7 Sweats coming up to make a play for Clark on that particular play. Looks like he might be a little shaken up.
Stays in the ball game. Here's Estrada rolling to his right, firing out there, and it's completed at the 45, ahead across the 35 down to near the 30-yard line is Jaden Perez, who showed some toughness after the catch.
Jaden Perez, kind of new to the program, came here last year, and he's a big-time college recruit too. You can see why.
Straight ahead is Crawford, and he's got 4 more, and now this Johnson offense with the touchdown lead just going into pound it mode. Here's another one of our IBEW local 60 player profiles, big number 68. 285-pound Joshua McNeil. He's all district. He's academic all district. He's a national honor student, and he's an impressive young man. Second down and 7. Johnson running a lot of play clock in between these plays. Nice cut by Crawford, going ahead for about 4. Good interior line play by the Coug defense, and you called it. Zeke Sarita in on almost every play.
Yep, and Aaron Crawford's done a really nice job spelling Bubba Johnson, man. That guy's got 7 touchdowns on his own this year. Would think he's the heir apparent next year when Bubba graduates.
3rd down and 5 for the Jaguars. Estrada looks left, gonna fire that way, and just missed his receiver. I think it was a communication issue. He threw the out, and Perez was breaking in. As the Jags again content to run this play clock. They still got 27 seconds left to snap it if they want to just continue to drain it, but it's 4th down and 5. They're taking their time. 9 seconds to snap it now. They do with about 6. Throwing the fade deep, looking for Simpson, and he's going to be interfered with. He may have done a good job of acting to draw that call, or to draw the contact, rather, to get the pass interference call on the defense.
Well, Devin Glass has really good coverage here. Ball's in the air. He's right there. He just doesn't turn around. Looks like he may have been held. The DB there.
Yeah, I think you got to give credit to Simpson for just kind of doing a good acting job.
Yeah, Devin Glass, stride for stride with the receiver. Made easier, though, when you don't turn your back and try to locate the football, though he did look like he was being held.
So it's a 1st down and 10. Inside the 10, here's Johnson. Straight ahead, Johnson to the goal line. Johnson marked short.
Dude, it's like trying to tackle a bread truck. He just gets in there and he's just got guys draped all over him and he just keeps chugging and chugging. Look at this. Just get off me.
I thought he might get in, but right there short. This time, stoned right there, and it is touchdown. Bubba Johnson had to fight for every inch, but he got in, and Clark goes up 27-14 with the extra point still to come.
Look at 34, Dom Moore. I thought he got him stopped. It's just man and man. Dom Moore, the sophomore, holding his own, but just couldn't quite stop Bubba from getting the 6.
That was mano-y-mano. There's the extra point attempt. High snap, good hold. Good athletic play to get that ball down and through, and the Jags now have a 2-touchdown lead.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Premier Pros.
Welcome back. Johnson with a 2-touchdown lead. Now 6:01 to play here in the 3rd quarter. As the Jaguars have shown us a lot tonight. They've got Bubba Johnson, who's got over 85 yards, 86 now on 17 carries. But Chuck, you know, that's all we heard about coming in, but they're athletes. 6, 9. They've got Perez and Simpson. And they've got other weapons here as we get ready into playoff time. They can beat you on the ground and through the air.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, and especially with the way that Elvis Estrada looks. And we talked about him being a sophomore, but just in class alone, I mean, he looks like the real deal back there slinging it. Hello.
Oh, big opening here down the sideline for the Cougars. Near midfield is a great speedy return by Jackson Shannon, and we're back in 15 seconds.
Do you know a San Antonio teen in 7th to 12th grade looking for ways to get involved in the community? They can apply to be a Project Worth Teen Ambassador today. For more information, visit our website or call 210-207-8850.
First down and 10 for the Clark Cougars, down by 2 scores.
Sure seems like a big drive here, doesn't it, Don? Maybe the biggest drive of the year for Clark.
Yeah, it's a San Antonio Zoo first down. They need to get back in this football game to assure themselves of a playoff spot. Canvas, nothing doing. We take a look at our Moonlight Ballroom. Small camp, Moonlight Ballroom. San Antonio's #1 venue for all kids and Eras, Sweet 16s, and graduation parties. For more information, visit moonlightballroomsa.com. Johnson Jaguar cheer squad with lots to smile about. Up 2 scores. Getting to be late here, third quarter. Little option pitch to Canvas. He's going nowhere there with good outside pursuit. They keep testing that right side of their offense, the left side of that Johnson defense, and there's nothing there because the linebacker and the corner on that side have been coming up to make some great plays.
Yeah, Xavier Canvas is having a heck of a ball game here tonight as you look at his stats. He's had a heck of a year too, but that time I think they just pitched it right into the defense. Got to hold it a little longer before you make that pitch.
You're going to throw it here, and it's picked off! Watch out, this young man can fly. Still on his feet. Got a couple of flags for a block in the back. And he'll be roped out at his own 35. But Michael McCreary, the sophomore cornerback, who already has offers from UTSA, Houston, Texas Tech, and Baylor, as a 15-year-old, making a play. Penalty's going to be on the return, so they'll mark that off from the spot of the foul, so they'll get it about the 25-yard line. But a big play by the young man, McCreary.
Yeah, had inside leverage all the way and then had some help over the top, but that's just 18 all the way, running stride for stride with the receiver. Really no lane to throw that football. Makes a play and trying to make it even bigger on the back end with a return.
Johnson looking to put this thing on ice. If they can eat up clock and score here late in the third quarter. And they'll do it with 2 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. And they go to Crawford. Bubba Johnson, maybe, at this point, you start thinking about rest for the playoffs.
Yeah, we got a report down from the sideline. Matt thought he was moving a little gingerly down there, so discretion the better part of valor at this point. It's not like Aaron Crawford can't do the job, that's for sure, and this young guy is a really good ball player himself.
They're already doing that with their star wide receiver, Bryson Thompson, who's not playing tonight. Just a little banged up. Estrada wanted to go deep there, avoids that. Now he's got some space. Down the sideline across the 40 for a San Antonio Zoo first down.
Hey guys, regarding Bubba, I saw him getting checked out by the trainers. Before that, during the series, he was clearly walking a little gingerly here on the sidelines. And at what point do you cut bait? They're going to play this like they want to win it. We've been told that all day. But there's also next week to think about. Next Thursday, they're going to be playing their playoff game, so might be saving him for a little bit here.
Here's Crawford, picks up 8.
Gives us a chance, too, to do maybe a deeper dive on Elvis Estrada, the sophomore quarterback, right? Who would have thought that this Johnson offense would be clicking like it is with the loss of Ty Hawkins going into this season? The job that young man has done and the coaching staff getting him ready, it's really been something to behold, as we saw that one right there fall incomplete.
Chuck, you got to give a lot of credit to Elvis Estrada, too. He's not only a one-sport athlete in football, he was also part of the Johnson State baseball team last year. Huge part of it just as a freshman And then coming into high school, he had to make a decision. Does he want to play baseball or does he want to keep participating in the 400 meter in track? He was a track star in middle school. And your old friend Gordy Gessel made him take a little bit of a choice here. Do you want to play baseball or do you want to keep doing track? I think he made the right decision, even though Coach T.P. Miller says that might have been his best sport in track. So,
what a great athlete. Grew up a lot playing on that state run on the Johnson baseball team. As Crawford gets to the outside, now cuts inside, has a first down.
You have a collision of the game right there from Caleb Hernandez. But yeah, to further your point, Don, you think about how many big ball games Elvis Estrada played in last year as a freshman, right? And talk about, giving the keys to the kingdom and have to replace a stud like Ty Hawkins. I think the one thing you can say for sure, he looks like he certainly has developed, but he's just, his maturity, you can tell by the way he plays, and certainly not afraid of the moment.
Yeah, and he's not playing like a sophomore. Like that shot right there, that was right in his face, the pressure, when he released it. But he's got great velocity on his ball. You can obviously tell he's got a big arm for baseball. Started as a freshman in the outfield on a team that made a state run. And his poise and composure, you would think that playing in that many big baseball games, getting that many big at-bats, prepares you for moments like this. Not afraid of the pressure.
No, he's had a couple of errant throws his last couple throws, but he's completing 72% of his passes on the field. Who does that as a sophomore?
Here's Crawford. Finds a seam, and he gets 9. And he's near the marker. I think he's going to be short of the first down.
You see the guys around him, right? You got one great running back, you got another one right behind him, and then just the whole package. They're big up front. They've got electric wide receivers, and they just wear you out over the course of a ball game.
Plenty of good athletes to go around here. Here's Crawford. I like the way he runs, too. He runs vertically whenever he can. He does a good job of avoiding contact laterally, but then whenever it's time to turn it up and go north and south, even if it's going to mean contact, he embraces it.
Speaking of contact, again, Caleb Hernandez from Clark coming up and making a play. Had a chance to hear him speak this week on camera, too, and you tell that guy's an electric ball player having a great night himself. Aaron Crawford, well-deserved sit on the bench to get a blow.
So San Antonio Zoo first down. There's a new back in there as Estrada fires to the outside. That's Perez. He's got about 5 before he's brought down. Noah Cartwright checks in at running back, 5'10", 170-pound sophomore. He's got almost 200 yards on the season and 2 touchdowns. This Johnson team built for the future. Second and 6, less than a minute to go here in the third. And there goes Noah head over heels. He is low to the ground, boy. He's got a low center of gravity, and he does a nice job there.
Yeah, it looks like he was sniffing or seeking contact, right? As soon as he got the ball, it's like, okay, who's next? Who's next? There was nobody there in front of him, and he was able to amble down the field and get him some yards right there.
I don't think you're going to win that. If low man wins, he's going to win. Like a fire hydrant.
I think he realized that there was that much green in front of him.
They fake it to him. Pat going to go deep. Got a man. Did he get a foot down? Touchdown, Jaguars. Jaden Perez.
Smile cam out in full force here tonight for the Johnson Jaguars. Again, Elvis Estrada dropping a dime. And you just get the sense, too, with these Johnson Jaguars, right? If they can run the ball every night and beat you that way, well, so be it. But if they have to go to the air, now they can get you there, too, if need be.
The extra point is no good, so we stay at 34-14 with about one play left to go here in the third quarter. The Jags starting to pull away.
Emergency mode. So he'll go in if it gets close, but his night's probably done. Bubba's night's probably done. He's very much in break in case of emergency mode, just in case they need him. So he's still on the field and in his pads, but he's probably done for the night.
Welcome back. It's our Moonlight Ballroom Smile Cam. The parents on the Johnson sidelines smiling tonight. The Jags certainly are, as they're going to go undefeated in district play and end their season with only one loss, and that's to one of the best teams in the state, in the Piper Warriors, who I still am upset with because they're a new school and they missed the opportunity to be the Piper Pied Pipers. Which would have been one of the great nicknames in Texas high school history. This man's had a nice night returning the ball for the Clark Special Teams unit. Jackson Shannon, the junior wide receiver, has had two big returns near midfield. And we're back in 15 seconds.
Hey San Antonio teens! Are you looking for ways to share your voice, creativity, and ideas on ways to positively impact the community? Become a Project Worth Teen Ambassador. For more information, visit our website or call 210-207-8850.
There's a small town in Texas called Hamlin, Texas, that's the Pied Pipers. But previous home of Dr. Pepper, says Brian, our director. I thought Waco was the home of Dr. Pepper. Dublin, Hamlin is home of the Pied Pipers. But just imagine the Piper Pied, how great that would be. It'd be like the winter's blizzard. It's the end of the third quarter, 34-14. The Jags looking to close out an undefeated district schedule when we come back. Here we go. Clark desperately needs to score. They're down 3 touchdowns. A little pump and go doesn't go anywhere, and running for his life now is the quarterback, and he is taken down as the Johnson defense just had Santillon in their sights. Here's our third quarter highlights brought to you by San Antonio Ready to Work. It's Bubba Johnson stood up, but he got enough to get in for his second score, and then the pick by that Johnson defense. Mikhail McCreary coming up with the Oski, and then just a really nice ball to the back end line, completed to Jaden Perez for the touchdown. There's an inside handoff. On 3rd and 11, picks up about 2.
This Johnson defensive front really stepped up here really towards the end of the second quarter, and it has been really tough sledding for these Clark Cougars ever since. I really like the way this 80 Hager plays. It's a transfer in there, and man, he has really played well tonight.
4th down, Clark has no other choice than to go for it here at midfield, and they've got their work cut out for them. On 4th and 9, Santillon, straight drop, going to throw that little screen. Tipped incomplete, will turn it over on downs, and the Johnson Jaguars will take over on their own 48-yard line. And you can't blame Coach J.L. Geist for going for it there. His team, playing for their playoff lives, needs 3 scores with only about 10 minutes to go here in this football game. It's our Monarch Trophies. If you need anything for your business, for your teams, awards, plaques, trophies, 344-3777. Monarch Trophy. Been with T&L from the very beginning. We appreciate them coming in this year. Again, we'll hand out the championship trophy to the coach and our MVP of the game. So stick around for the Central Med postgame show right after we're done here. Clark's going to take a timeout here early in the 4th to get their defense set, and we'll step aside.
Hey, Chuck, just FYI, I just got word on the sideline. If Clark loses, they're going to be out pretty much no matter what. Brandeis can lose tomorrow and still get in.
How can that be? They'll have the same record.
It comes down to point differential in games that you won. So since Churchill beat Clark by 19, they'll be in with a win tonight. Brandeis beat Churchill by 18, and Clark beat Brandeis by 10. So since they only beat Brandeis by 10, they'll be out.
What? Okay, you may want to check with the Cougar sideline because I asked specifically about the points, and guys said the points favor him.
Yeah,
so I'm just going with what those guys
someone else on the sideline just told me that they said they spoke with all the athletic directors, and that's what the scenario was. So I think Clark's going to be out after tonight.
Okay, I'll let you report that. I ain't touching it.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Premier Pros.
The Johnson Jaguars with the football here on 1st and 10 go to Crawford. Crawford spinning a brilliant run all the way down to the 40s. Got another San Antonio Zoo first down. That clock will stop momentarily, but you can bet the Jags looking to run clock here and get out of here with a district championship.
Boy, this is a tough dude too, man, because he took one hell of a wallop there by Eli Abad at the end of that.
Johnson living up to all the hype tonight here. San Antonio Zoo first down. Bubba Johnson's likely done for the game. He's not injured to the point that he could not play, but as Matt told us earlier from the sidelines, he's probably just going to take it easy, and why not? This one's on ice as this young man continues to fight forward. Crawford again is going to have another first down, and Crawford might end up being their leading rusher by the end of the night here, coming up in, he's got 53 yards on 9 carries, and he's, every time he touches the football, he finished runs going forward.
Yeah, and it just speaks to the job that the offensive line is doing here. I mean, every play here, at least in the second half, seems like the second and third lines of defense have got to make the play because the big guys up front are really handling their business right now here in the second half.
It's another first down here. San Antonio Zoo first down. They go back to him. Picks up 3. That clock continues to run, and I think that right now might be T.P. Miller's best asset. And what he's trying to do here is Crawford took a shot right on the kneecap, and he's going to dance off. See if they go back to Noah Cartwright. And they do. Second and long. We'll call it 2nd and 7. Here goes Noah to the outside. Jitterbugging his way. Getting another first down. And I believe they stay in bounds. They'll stop the clock to move the chains, and then we'll see if they roll it or if they said that he was out of bounds.
Here's another sophomore, right? Doing the job, 3 deep. Go the Johnson Jags at running back. Again, you know, at some point you do have to keep an eye on next week for sure, because that's where you can really make hay, and it will be a short week for these Johnson guys on Thursday night next week.
Again, they're going to run this play clock. They got 7 to snap it right now. No hurry. Flag flies in. That'll stop the clock. Cartwright carried it again. Holding on Johnson. Spurs beat the Blazers tonight, 118-105. And we got news today, Chuck, that Devin Vassell has been fully cleared. And he's going to make his return sometime on this homestand.
Well, Spurs trying to get to the playoffs, and that's something that Johnson's going to do as the number 1 seed in 27-6A. So T.P. Miller said it earlier in the week, our short-term goals have been realized by winning the district title outright, but there's still a lot of meat left on the bone in terms of what they want to be able to do in this postseason, and where they really showed off a lot of weaponry tonight on offense, and then, again, the speed of their defense. These guys are going to be a tough out in the postseason. There's no doubt about that. But again, bigger picture, how well this coaching staff was able to put a plan together in July about what they were going to do with their quarterback situation, and these guys really have not missed a beat.
2nd down and 16 rather. 6:40 and running here. Cartwright. And the way he runs the football and the way he's built, we might as well call him Hoss.
Right? And then you saw, too, how willing their receivers are to block. And that was another thing that T.P. Miller made a point to mention this week, is that, you know, as talented a receiving core as we have and all that, you know, playmaking ability that they've got outside, these guys, there's no ego out there either. They don't care who gets the ball. They just want to win, and they enjoy blocking for each other. A lot of things going well for these Johnson Jaguars. I mean, this really is a team in every sense of the word.
3rd down and 11. Somebody went the wrong way. Now, what a rocket of a shot from the arm of Elvis Estrada. Just flicked that thing with some velocity, incomplete, but man, you see his arm strength.
Yeah, no doubt, right? Whether you're catching the football on offense or whether you're a defender trying to make a play, you better bring a couple of catcher's mitts out there because this guy's throwing some seeds. Good luck trying to pick that off.
Timeout now called by Johnson. We'll take it with them. It's all Jaguars, 34-14. Welcome back. It's 34-14. The outcome pretty much decided. Johnson's going to attempt a field goal here, and it's going to be partially blocked, I believe. And down. No good, so they'll keep the lead at 34-14. The football go back to Clark here with 5:46 to play in the football game.
Clark's special teams have been pretty good tonight, Don. You pointed out how well they've returned the ball tonight, and wow, what a great play breaking through. There's Caleb Hernandez again. Played really, really well on the back end of that Clark defense all night long.
Got just enough of it. And now Clark's offense returns to the field. We'll see what the Cougars have left here with 34-14. Obviously, with Churchill winning tonight and beating Lee and Clark losing here tonight, that makes the Cougars' playoff chances slimmer as they complete that across the middle down to the 40. That was a good throw.
Man, you can see why Clark likes to get these guys in space, man. They've got some playmakers on his back end. Another good play turned in tonight by E.J. Johnson.
Something on with a dart right there to Elisha Johnson. Canavas has it now. Canavas can break free. Canavas, what the? An unbelievable cutback. Put his foot in the ground. That first one was just cat quick.
And the second one wasn't bad either. Here's the first one. Whoop. And the second one, oh,
that one.
Shake and bake. There are a couple of them on the back end there. He's had a couple of big runs tonight. Not this time, however.
Not going anywhere here. Man, what a great twitch, as you always like to say. Quick twitch.
Again, and just underclassmen all over the field for both of these teams. Canavas, just a sophomore. Tristan Childs, his running mate, just a sophomore. Clark really looking good for the future here for sure.
Straight drop, sent the in over the middle, and threw it into some traffic. And that was one where Elisha Johnson looked a little bit unsure on the route. Maybe a little confusion there. 4:27 to go. It'll be 3rd and 14 for the Cougars. And even if Clark does not make the playoffs, they have represented themselves well this season. And again, lots to look forward to with all the young talent on this roster. This is a tough district to win in. Santahin's going to chunk that one to the outside. Talk about all the talent on the Johnson side. Sam Draper going to play in our all-star game, one of our IBEW Local 60 player profiles. Baseball and track letterman and a 2-year football letterman. A young man who's probably going to play football at the next level.
Yeah, Grambling State commit, and what we've been told, brains off the charts on top of all those gifts. Well done, young man.
Santahin looking over the middle, completes it down to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, just look at the fight in these Cougs, man. 4th and forever, and 11 doing everything he can to try to move the sticks, and he picked them up.
That's Reed Baldwin, again, a sophomore.
Wow, I thought they'd stopped him short, but Reed Baldwin, what a ball game he's having tonight.
Santahin got 2 men over there, has the wide open one in the end zone, and what a catch! Touchdown, Elisha Johnson. Man, athletic move to go up and get that football and snatch it away from the defense.
Yeah, 11 yards per catch and counting, in his 7th touchdown of the year. Of course, this guy's also a kick returner, but man, this guy plays basketball, runs track, and you can tell why Clark likes to get this guy the football. Making a play here towards the end of this football game as Clark makes it a little tighter on the scoreboard.
Extra point is up. Extra point is good. It's 34-21. Hang on. We had an onside kick earlier. We will definitely see one coming back. Plenty of excitement left. 4:01 to play.
Clark scored drive. 71 yards. That's play. Capped off by the touchdown pass. Isaiah Santahin. 2 Johnson.
3:58 to play here as the Johnson hands team gets ready to field this onside kick. Onside kicks have become kind of fun now with the watermelon kick. With the new rules in pro football too, it's been kind of interesting. They're not a high percentage play, becoming less high percentage in the college and the pro game. And it's always fun to see what the strategies are and how the kickers strike the ball. Some of them have different ways to do it. This one's hoping to hop up. It does. It's up in the air, and it is recovered by Johnson.
And I always think the key to that is not giving them anything they can field in the air, right? The longer the ball's in the air, the easier it is to catch. So I would think the key is to try to keep that thing squibbed as long as humanly possible.
Well, it went 10 yards. I think the mistake here is by the Clark team not going to try to catch it. And I've never understood why, if it goes 10 yards and it's free game for everybody, how somebody hasn't developed a kick that's just like throwing the ball, just like a straight go route that goes 10 yards, and then you have your tallest, best athletic receiver just run down there and catch it before the receiving team does. Hoss Cartwright gets to the 48.
A big save on the sideline there from one of his teammates as he was rumbling out of bounds, and got a quarterback change for these Jaguars here at the end of the ball game.
Zeke Avila in. He's a senior. And he's played some this year. 6 of 10 on the season. No touchdowns, no interceptions. And a nice night's work by Elvis Estrada. As Johnson looks to run the clock out here. And it's straight ahead to Cartwright. Picks up about 5. Enough to move the chains. The clock keeps running and will be inside of 3 minutes after this play. So Johnson will go into the playoffs and play a Thursday night game next week, we understand. So playing on Thursday this week gives them an advantage to get back on a regular schedule. And Chuck, we found out this week there were a lot of teams who were going to play on Friday next week who moved their games to Thursday night tonight so they get an extra day next week.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
An extra day of preparation. Cartwright picks up 4 here. Yeah, we had lots of games around the area tonight. And it all begins next week. When it becomes win or go home across the state of Texas.
Don, speaking of those games tonight, let me give you some score updates here. John Jay beats Southside, finishing their season 9-1. Their only loss last week to Southwest, who beats Laredo Figueroa tonight. They win their district and go 10-0 for the first time since 2009. So the Dragons, a heck of a season down there for Coach Franco. Judson just went final. They beat Clemens 27-10, keeping their playoff hopes alive. They're now in a 3-way tie for 3rd and 4th place in that district. Also in that district, Steele beats Buda Johnson 70-14. They will win the district yet again, I believe, for the 4th straight year. That is undefeated in district once again for Coach Signs and the Steel Knights.
Thanks, Matt. It's our Moonlight Ballroom Smile Cam. The Johnson cheerleaders going to celebrate tonight as the Jaguars will be victorious, it would appear. Timeout on the field with 2 minutes to go, 2:05. Up 34-21. It's time, Chuck, for our collision of the game. The AC Now, SA.com collision of the game. I think you called it, Chuck. Number 24 of those Clark Cougars. Woo! The shot right in the kidney.
And everywhere else for that matter, right? Well done to finish off that play by Eli Abad. Again, just a sophomore for these Cougs. And you've seen some of these guys really step up. Obviously, you could tell by the size differential between big 6A and little 6A schools. And, the numbers clearly benefiting Johnson, but and watching some of these guys play tonight, including right now on defense, Caleb Hernandez, number 1, just made the play on the previous play. Wow, these guys, they're bringing it every single play and really selling out here tonight on Thursday Night Lights.
It's been a fun season. We've had a lot of good games. I can only think of a couple of blowouts. We've had a lot of close games. We've had some final second walk-off type games too. It's been a fantastic season on Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights. Our thanks to Taco Cabana for being our title sponsor, Gomez Law Firm for being our presenting sponsor yet again, and then all the sponsors that you've seen. Aaron Plumbing today, AC Now SA, and on and on and on. Rhino Roofers, Beluga Air, Valero, San Antonio Zoo, Living Way Church, Centro Med, Ready to Work, Christus Children's as Cartwright goes outside, Moonlight Ballroom. It's just been a fantastic year. But it's not over because we get to call one more game after this, and it's in January in our San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by Valero. The All-Stars from this game going to that one is the kicker, Jack Height, and Jaden Trexler, big 77 that we saw tonight. And then the stars of the night, Draper, Warren Johnson, and Gabe Simpson, who all showed out tonight. They'll all be playing in that game on the CWSA. And if you want to see all the rosters, they're online at sanantoniosports.org. And here is our Living Way Church play of the night.
Elvis Estrada dropping back, sets his feet, and drops a dime. Yeah, we called that a time or two tonight. This young man really slinging it and having a great season as a sophomore. And Jaden Bettis on the back end, hooking it up,
dragging his
picking
foot.
him up and putting him down.
2 minutes to play here. 4th down and 13. They're going to punt it away. And just make sure it doesn't go into the end zone. And Johnson's going to let it roll inside the 5 down to the 2. So a perfect pooch punt. You know, that's the one thing, a pet peeve for me, is just when kickers somehow get it into the end zone. Like, get it out of bounds, get it inside the 20, kick it high, whatever. Don't kick it into the end zone. And you see it so many times where they do.
It's such a big play on special teams, right? I mean, the difference between that and then having the ball come out where an offense feels like it can run everything. I mean, you got to be a little more careful with the football when you're backed up like this.
Hey, we have seen some amazing bands this year, and it is your final chance to vote for our Christus Children's Band Grant. You can scan the QR code there. Got to be 18. One of the bands that performed this year will walk away with that $5,000 courtesy of Christus Children's. Big hit there on 1st down after a gain of about 3.
Man, he did take a shot there, man. It was 3 Jaguars closing in, and Santillan living to get up and play another play here, thankfully.
2nd down and 7. Cougs need to get it down the field in a hurry. Keeps again, will slide down. And we may have both players went down a little awkwardly on that slide. And Johnson's got a couple guys slow to get up. Did they crash into each other? That might have been just a complete car wreck. In the meantime, let's flash back. Chris Kotfus, our producer extraordinaire, looking back to 2018.
Ryan Redding down the sideline looking for Woodard. He's got it. He's going to score. Trayvon Mayrick Woodard from Smithson Valley took it away from the defender, and a great ball by Ryan Redding.
Finds the ball and makes a reservation for 6.
All-star game, now a superstar in the NFL. Trayvon Mayrick won the National Defensive Back Award at TCU.
Yep, parlayed that into an early 2nd-round pick of the Las Vegas Raiders. Does not come off the field a whole heck of a lot, and the guy that threw him the ball is coaching in this ball game tonight.
Good shot there by
Coach Redding.
Our crew. The Reddings, the receiver, the younger brothers, one of them's playing at Baylor. And that's all. He made a big play for the Baylor Bears on special teams last week.
Well, we're glad that Cash Hager is able to get up and walk off under his own power. And we talked about the kind of night that guy's had playing on that defensive end / hybrid linebacking spot. Big fella, and boy, he has a penchant for getting upfield.
It's 3rd down and 1 for Clark as they try to keep this drive alive. Hoping for a touchdown and a miracle. A little hook and ladder there, but they hooked it, no ladder. It gives them the speedster that we see return kicks all night. Shannon's got incredible speed. Put it in his hands and hope for the best.
Yeah, he's got some twitch too on the back end of these receptions.
Throw again. Santehin throwing to the out. That ball's incomplete. 42 seconds to go.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on Isaiah as he climbs the pocket, looking to get outside, and just a little bit off on the timing of that, but it looks like three's a handful, man. They're giving him a lot of cushion because, as well they should with the speed and twitch.
Santehin looking deep, firing over the middle, complete. He'll stop the clock, chains will move, and the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go as Clark's got to go quickly now. Santehin got to get rid of it. Nowhere to go, fires to the outside. Harrington gets out of bounds wisely. He'll stop the clock with 21 seconds to go.
Good job by Isaiah that time too. Again, climbing the pocket, feeling the pressure, getting outside, extending the play a little bit, and then checking it down here and at least being able to pick up 6 yards on the play. 21 seconds left to go.
Any chance they need to score here, get an onside, running out of time. Running everybody on a go route. In trouble. Going to be brought down, and that's going to do it.
How about that? 49 comes in for 80 and makes himself a play. Well done, Kelton Vance, sophomore.
Spike with 3 seconds to go. Clark will have a shot at a Hail Mary here if they want to. Get off one more clean play. Oh, put 3 seconds back on the clock. Not 2. And perhaps their final play of the season, depending on how the playoff tiebreakers go. 4th down. Santehin over the middle. There will be some laterals here. And there's not. Harrington's brought down, and that's the end of the football game. The Johnson Jaguars run the table in District 27 6A.
And they just gave their coach a Gatorade shower, too, for running the table. T.P. Miller
wins over Brandeis, Roosevelt, Reagan, Madison, Lee, and Churchill. T.P. Miller's Johnson Jaguars are district champs. They're moving on to the playoffs, and congratulations to Coach J.L. Geist and the Clark Cougars on an outstanding season as well, with their playoff future still up in the air for the moment based on what Brandeis might do as well. When we come back, we'll hand out the Monarch trophies. We'll have our player of the game, and we'll congratulate Coach Miller with our championship trophy. T&L rolls on the CW35.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Taco Cabana, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, Centro Med, Enroll SA, San Antonio Sports, Valero, San Antonio Zoo, Christus Children's, ACNowSA.com, Rhino Roofers, San Antonio Ready to Work, Moonlight Ballroom, Air and Plumbing Today, Living Way Church, San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, Premier Pros, IBEW, Vietnam Army Grunt Museum, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
Man, it is freezing.
Welcome to the Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Welcome back. It's a final. It's Johnson 34, Clark 21. The Jags undefeated in 27-6A. Let's run down our game highlights brought to you by San Antonio Ready to Work. Clark, in this football game in the first half, Johnson scored first. Simpson on the slant, first of his 2 touchdowns tonight. That gave Johnson the lead, but the Cougars scored the next 2 touchdowns. Santaine tied it up at 7, and then the Cougs went ahead when Harrington came in, gave him a little beef right there, and they went up by a touchdown. The second quarter ended dramatically with 2 touchdowns quickly for the Jags. Simpson on his second slant score of the night, and then right before the half, Bubba Johnson went in, and so the Jags went into the locker room up a score, 21-14. The second half, all Johnson, Bubba, and the team. Double Johnson. Good defense by the Jags.
Yeah, McCreary with a pick, just a sophomore. We've been talking about sophomores all night. Looking for a place to go with a football, running out of gas there at the end, but their defense was able to stay off the field for the most part in the second half because long drives by Johnson culminated with long drives for touchdowns. Jaden Perez sticking it in there at the end, and a resounding win and a Gatorade shower for head coach T.P. Miller and his victorious Johnson Jaguars here on Thursday night.
The Jaguars are going to the playoffs. Somebody's going to the San Antonio Zoo. We're going down to Matt Roy to figure out just who that is.
Yeah, guys, here with the victorious and undefeated in district Johnson Jaguars, guys. Coach Miller looks a little bit soggy now, but, I mean, congratulations to Coach Miller. Let's do player of the game first. He's number 6 on the field, number 1 in your hearts, Gabe Simpson. He's also a San Antonio Sports All-Star, so you get this player of the game trophy, my man. You also get 4 tickets to the San Antonio Zoo from our friends over there. All right, so hands are full. We'll just put this down. We'll put this down here for you. Make sure we can. All right, so when I talked to you at the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game Media Day, I asked you, why are receivers always a little boisterous? And it's because you said you get the ball. When you get the ball, you score touchdowns. So what happened tonight?
I mean, Elvis was just throwing great balls. The line is blocking for him. Pause. And we just got a special group of guys. And I love to do it.
I thought you were going to say Elvis was in the building, and I was going to laugh a little bit. But never mind. You missed an opportunity. It's okay. So you guys are going to the playoffs once again this year, this time as undefeated district champs. How's that feel?
That feels great. That's all I got to say. It feels great.
All right, well, Gabe, congratulations, man. You're our San Antonio Zoo player of the game. Coach, let's get you up here. All right, Coach, how'd that Gatorade bath or water bath feel as undefeated district champ?
Man, it felt good. I'm proud of our guys. I'm proud of the adversity they face. I'm proud of the work they've put in since January till now. And, we're not done yet. We got next week. We have a new opponent, and so we're going to celebrate for 24 hours, and we're going to go back to work to face whoever the winner of O'Connor and Taft is next week, Thursday night, here at Commonwealth Stadium at 7 o'clock.
Coach, there were some people who doubted your program because of the loss of Ty Hawkins, who left. You had a fill-in for sophomore Elvis, who came in. What can you say about your young quarterback, and what can you say about this team?
I can say that they're pros, persistent, resilient, overachievers. They stuck together. It's a testament of our offseason and how we handle things with the next man up mentality. Every single athlete know that they're in competition, and whether you're a starter, whether you're a 2, whether you're a role player, everybody has to compete, and that's what they did. As a team, collective team, we competed it, and now we're sitting in a position to go and face round 1 of the playoffs next week.
Coach, 9-1, undefeated in district. I think you just put all the playoffs on notice. Congratulations, and congratulations to TNL champs.
How about them Jaguars? All right, thanks, Matt. We'll wrap it up when we come back.
Whoever else wants to stay here, guys. All right, so we're going to do a I'm going to Disney World. We're going to do that. I'm going to San We've had some dancers here. Oh, wait. I mean, we've had some dancers. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, guys, grab a picture. Coaches, get in. We all gotta say we're going. Hey, Bryce, watch out. Bryce, watch out.
All right, that's a wrap. The Johnson Jaguars winners 34-21 here tonight at Comalander Stadium. And you heard Coach T.P. Miller. They'll be right back here, same bat time, same bat day, at Thursday at 7 o'clock against the O'Connor-Taft winner for the first round of the playoffs. Let's go back down to Matt Roy.
All right, guys, here with our winning Johnson Jaguars and our player of the game, Gabe Simpson. What are you going to do now, man?
We going to go to the San Antonio Zoo.
Uh-oh, they got to dance. And don't forget, we've got one more, as we said, in January. It's the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by Valero. It's going to be fun. Always get to see these guys, the best of the best, go against each other. Simpson's one of them. Our player of the game tonight, you'll see him. And you'll be able to say, we knew him when you see him at the college level or sometimes in the pros. It's all the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game on Saturday, January the 11th. Chuck, you and I always can't wait to give the guys that really do the hard and heavy lifting on this show the credit that they are due. And it starts with our director, Brian Watson, the guys in the truck. Brian drives down every week from the Dallas area. And he says, I've got 30 seconds, but I've only got to thank Tremaine, Dave, Steve, Bryce, David on camera, Cuz Low on audio, Jim Cottle on video, Dustin Wilson on replay, Patrick West on graphics, Aiden Tremaine on the bug, the Red Hat, Rick Zamora, John Gonzalez at Master Control, in the truck, Mike Guerrero, David Velasquez, Javier Ramos, and the great Oscar Zamora, who is retiring this year after 40 years at News 4. So congratulations, Oscar. For David Chancellor doing the Scholar Athlete of the Week, Matt Roy down on the sidelines, statistician extraordinaire Nick Funky Cole Medina, for Chuck Mikatinik, and hey, our executive producer Dean Radla and our producer extraordinaire Chris Koppes. It is his show, and we're just living in it. He does all the heavy lifting. Man, Chris, you're the best. Congratulations on a great season. We'll see you at the All-Star Game in January.
Ever since we was kids,
Cool.